I still feel the rain on my skin like it was yesterday. Cold needles stabbing through my thin jacket as I stood on the front porch, suitcase handle cutting into my palm. The door slammed so hard, the whole house shook. "You're dead to me, Emma." Dad's voice cracked through the wood like thunder. "Stealing from your own family company? $50,000? Get out." I was 21. Just 21. I'd been working in the accounting department of our family logistics firm for 2 years, trying to prove I belonged. I'd noticed the numbers didn't add up. But when I asked questions, Dad's face had gone pale. 3 days later, the police were at my desk. Fake transfers. My login. Money wired to an account with my name on it. I swear, I never touched it. But the evidence was perfect. Too perfect. Mom had died when I was 12. Dad remarried 6 months later to a woman who never looked me in the eye. Now the house I grew up in was closed to me forever. The rain soaked my phone while I read the last text from him. "Don't come back. Ever." My hands shook so hard I dropped the suitcase. It burst open. Clothes, my laptop, the little stuffed bear I'd kept since childhood, all of it scattered across wet concrete like my entire life. For 2 weeks I slept on a park bench. Then in a 24-hour laundromat where the fluorescent lights buzzed like dying insects. I ate 1 meal a day, from the dollar menu. Every night I whispered the same question to the dark. How did my own father do this to me? Then, late one freezing night while scrolling on a cracked library computer, I saw the listing. Abandoned 3-bed fixer-upper. Needs total renovation. Starting bid $10. The photo showed a sagging porch, broken windows, and ivy crawling up the walls like it was trying to pull the house into the earth. It was 2 hours outside the city in a dying mill town. No one wanted it. Back taxes. Owner deceased. Family long gone. I had exactly $87 left in the world. I bid $10 with trembling fingers and won. The auction site said the keys would be left under a loose brick by the front step. No inspection. No questions. The Uber driver laughed when I told him the address. "You sure you want to go there, kid? That place has been empty 15 years. Folks say it's haunted." I didn't care. I just needed a roof. The house smelled of mold and old secrets the second I pushed the door open. Dust floated in the weak sunlight like gray snow. Floorboards groaned under my sneakers. In the living room, a torn couch sat like a dead animal. The kitchen sink dripped endlessly, plop, 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 like a heartbeat that refused to stop. That first night, I slept on the floor wrapped in my damp coat, listening to the wind howl through cracked windows. I told myself I was safe. But at 3 a.m., I woke to footsteps upstairs. Slow, deliberate. Then nothing. I lay there frozen, heart hammering, whispering, "It's just the house settling." Right? Morning came gray and cold. I started cleaning with a borrowed broom from the neighbor who eyed me like I was crazy. I scrubbed until my hands bled. I patched windows with plastic and tape. Every dollar I earned from a part-time diner job went into cheap paint and nails. The house slowly began to feel less like a tomb, and more like, maybe, a beginning. Then the strange things started. In the upstairs hallway, I found a section of wall that sounded hollow when I knocked. Behind a loose panel was a small room, no bigger than a closet. Inside sat an old metal cabinet. Inside the cabinet, dusty VHS tapes labeled with dates from 12 years ago, and a stack of modern USB drives. A tiny handwritten note on top read, "For when the truth finally matters, Grandpa." Grandpa had died when I was 9. He and Dad hadn't spoken for years. I never knew why. That night, I plugged the first USB into my cracked laptop. The screen flickered. Black and white footage appeared. Grandpa's shaky handwriting on the label said, "Office cam. Backup." It was our family company office. The same desk I used to sit at. Hidden cameras I never knew existed. I fast-forwarded through months of silent footage until my own face appeared me at 19, looking worried, pointing at spreadsheets. Then Dad walked in. The audio was crisp. "You're getting too close, Emma," he muttered after I left the frame. "Can't have you ruining everything." My blood turned to ice. The next clip showed him alone at night, transferring money into a shell account, then logging into my computer using a keylogger he'd installed. He smiled while he did it. A cold, practiced smile. Then he called my stepmother. It's done. She'll take the fall. The house, the company, everything stays ours. I couldn't breathe. The room spun. All those nights I'd cried on the street, wondering what I did wrong. And the proof had been waiting inside these crumbling walls the whole time. I kept watching. Grandpa had suspected Dad of skimming money for years. He'd installed the hidden cameras as insurance before he died, routing the feed to this secret room in the only property he still owned, the house I now called home. He'd left the note for whoever found it. He must have hoped it would be me. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. I played the final tape dated 3 weeks before Dad kicked me out. There he was, laughing with my stepmother, while they forged the documents that destroyed me. I sat on the dusty floor until sunrise, tears carving clean tracks through the grime on my cheeks. The house creaked around me like it was breathing for the first time in years, like it had been waiting for me to come home. 2 days later, I walked into the police station with a USB drive and printed stills. The detective's eyes widened as he watched. Within a week, Dad was arrested. The company accounts were frozen. My name was cleared in every headline that mattered. My stepmother turned on him so fast it made my head spin. I went back to the house that had saved me, and stood on the porch where ivy still climbed, but now looked like it was reaching toward the sun instead of pulling everything down. I fixed the last broken window myself. Painted the front door a soft, hopeful blue. Sometimes at night I still hear the floorboards settle. But now the sound feels like Grandpa saying, "I've got you, kid." I'm 22 now. The company is in receivership, but I'm starting my own small bookkeeping business from the kitchen table. The $10 house isn't abandoned anymore. It has lights in the windows, flowers on the porch, and a girl inside who finally knows she was never the thief. Dad tried to call once from jail. I let it ring. I didn't need his apology. The truth had already set me free. If you're out there right now, suitcase in the rain, heart shattered, no place to go, keep walking. Sometimes the cheapest house on earth holds the most expensive thing you'll ever find. Proof that you were never the villain in your own story. And maybe, just maybe, it holds a new beginning too. The wind outside my window sighs softly tonight. It doesn't sound angry anymore. It sounds like hope. Dad tried to call once from jail. I let it ring. I didn't need his apology. The truth had already set me free. If you're out there right now, suitcase in the rain, heart shattered, no place to go, keep walking. Sometimes the cheapest house on earth holds the most expensive thing you'll ever find. Proof that you were never the villain in your own story. The wind outside my window sighs softly tonight. It doesn't sound angry anymore. It sounds like hope. The wind outside my window sighs softly tonight. It doesn't sound angry anymore. It sounds like hope.